I'm Nick Baspley with Canaweld out of Vaughan, Ontario. Today we're going to be doing a short video for you guys about just some basic welding safety tips. And so the first tip I want to give you guys is use your owner's manual. As soon as you unbox your machine, before you put power to it, take 5 or 10 minutes and familiarize yourself with all the different features and functions of the machine. Even if you're an experienced welder and you kind of know how everything works, you'd be surprised. Today's machines have a lot of new features and functions, and you want to make sure you're using the machine properly, safely, and to its maximum ability. So please take some time, familiarize yourself with it, and try to get the most out of your machine before you begin working. Our second safety tip today is make sure you're wearing the right gear. You want to have clothing made out of at least denim and preferably leather. When you're welding, you get a lot of sparks happening and you get a really harsh light from the arc. The light from the arc can tan any exposed areas of your skin, and it's very bad for your skin, and it causes a painful, itchy sort of burn. And the sparks themselves, they get cast everywhere. They end up going down the back of your shirt, sometimes down your sleeve collars, and all sorts of uncomfortable places when you're trying to work. So when you're working, be wearing leather and denim. Make sure your buttons are buttoned up tight. Make sure your pants cuffs are rolled down so that you don't start a fire. Make sure your sleeves are tucked in. And just make sure that all of your exposed skin is covered up so that you're not being distracted by getting little burns and you're not finding yourself in pain later on in the evening because you have a painful welder's tan somewhere on your body that you neglected to cover up. So our third safety tip today is going to involve selecting the right shade for the process you're going to be doing. Before you begin welding, don't just assume that whatever helmet you pick up is going to be set to the right tint for the job you're going to be doing. And even if you try a few welds with it and it's not bothering your eyes, that does not mean you're using an adequate level of protection. Welder's flash typically sets in 8 to 12 hours after you've damaged your eyes. So before you begin welding, consult a shade guide and make sure that you're using the right level of tint for the process you're going to be doing. And also don't forget that as you increase the amperage with that process, you also may need to jump up a shade or two. So don't think that you have it all figured out just by checking once. If you adjust your amperage, go darker with your shade. Also, when selecting an auto tint helmet, there's a lot of cheaper quality ones where they'll tint in 1/2000th of a second or 1/36,000th of a second, which sounds really fast, but it's actually not fast enough to adequately protect your eyes if you're going to be welding all day long. Spend yourself some of the extra money, get yourself a good quality auto tint helmet, and try to get one that tints at least 1/20,000th of a second. You can go even higher than that, but 1/20,000th of a second will keep you safe all day long. So our fourth safety tip today should be pretty basic. It's about keeping your workstation neat and tidy. You want to avoid clutter, and you want to avoid slowly developing a mess as the day goes on. The more messy your workstation is, the more likely that you're going to lose stuff. It's going to slow you down. You could potentially hurt yourself, or you may injure someone else who passes through your work area, maybe to check on you or to see how things are going. So please take the time, and every time you're finished one process, clean up after yourself, put things in a neat, orderly pile, and move on to the next process. Like I said, it'll help you move faster from job to job, and it'll also help you avoid injury, and you'll just be happier working in a clean environment all day long. Okay, so those are our 4 basic safety tips today. Obviously, there's a lot more safety tips out there, and I'd really like to invite you guys in the comment section below. Please put in your safety tips and give us your suggestions. We love getting feedback from you guys. We love interacting with you, and we can make some more videos and bring up some of the great points that I know you guys all have. So please take some time, put a comment in the section, and until then, stay safe and have a lot of fun.